Hello everyone, I'm Kennedy.
And I'm Vasilis.
We run Changemaker Z, a student-run initiative that aims to empower, educate, and connect Gen Zers interested in entrepreneurship.
We interview teenagers with impactful projects and create resources to help you change the world. If they can do it, so can you.
On this podcast, we discuss the logistics of creating different types of projects with Gen Zers who have already done it. We will leave our social media and website information in the description.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Gen Zers to Rise podcast. For those who doesn't know me, I am Vasilis, and with me it's Kennedy.
Hello.
So if you haven't listened to any of our previous episodes, you may have noticed that we are featuring guests from several different subjects, from technology to art.
Previously, we talked to rap artist Teo G. Today, we want to extend the independent artist subject. This is why in the studio today, we have Efro, a student and independent artist. She released her first single in early October on Spotify, and in only 24 hours, she raised more than 2K listens. Today's episode is all about the journey of an independent artist and the steps that you need to follow. Efro, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Of course. Would you like to share with us some insights on your first single, I Dreamt, I Had a Girlfriend?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's pretty much, I would say, a bedroom pop song, and it was, it has guitar on it, bass, keys, and some drums and tambourine. And I think it was made like 2 years ago and has been in the studio like with my producer making it like this past few months, like 10 months. So it has been
have you written songs before, but this is only the first one you were kind of serious about and wanted to actually produce and release?
I have written a few songs, yes, before that, but I have a few other songs ready, but this one felt like the right introduction as for me as an artist. It felt like an intro song, I don't know. So, yeah.
So I was wondering, how did you decide to get started as an independent artist? Does your studies major connect with music somehow?
Yes, I am studying songwriting, actually. I'm in my second year of the bachelor degree, but before that I did a diploma in songwriting as well. So, and it has to do with music business, a bit music production as well, and generally like how the industry works. So yeah, it's related, and yeah.
That's good. I'm glad that there's a whole education on actual music business too, to go along with the degree. So what is kind of the process of preparing a single, like from start to finish? Like, obviously, you write the song, but then like what's next after that? Like, what really goes into it?
A lot of like sending it to friends, like to get some kind of feedback, maybe like what to work on, get their reactions and see if it needs something to be changed, something to be added, all that.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe discuss it with like the person that's producing my songs, see if he has any ideas, all that. A lot of people, like the opinion of a lot of people is as many people, then the better.
Okay, so it's kind of like you kind of have like a focus group for your song, or like you send it out, get critiques. But your producer, how did you find your producer? Was it a connection you already had, or was it like you looked online, or?
No, I didn't know him, but I posted I made a post on my university's Facebook group and sending like what artist I'm trying to sound like, what are my influences, and what's the goal, what's the project I'm looking to work on. And he kind of messaged me. He had just graduated from my uni the year before on music production. So yeah, he was really nice, friendly, and understanding of what I'm trying to bring out in the world.
This is great. Well, I was wondering also, like, I am the producer of this podcast and production manager as well, which means that I am the person who controls the final, how the episode will sound, what's the sentiment that I want to include, the music, things like that. But what's the work of your, production manager? Like, how he helped you onto the production of the song?
Well, at first I sent him like a demo of just me and the guitar, like singing and the guitar playing, which wasn't the best, like production-wise quality. And then I also played it in my uni live for a class workshop. So I got a live band for that. And I managed to record that so I can have some references for how the drums would like to sound like, the keys, the bass, all that. So I just sent him that, and he tried to kind of recreate those sounds, and with his own touch, of course, because I think music production is in a way an art form as well. So then he sent it back to me. I gave him some feedback, worked on it again, all that.
So this was this back and forth trial and error process.
Yes.
So we have a question that we receive a lot when we're talking about music production. Do you really need a professional gig to get started? Like, what did you use? What do you think? From your experience is great. Like, do you need an expensive microphone?
I mean,
what do you think?
I don't think so, because personally, I just have a budget microphone. It's not the best out there, but it does the work. It's a pretty standard. And
we can see that you had an episode, you had a song out at Spotify with great quality, I could say.
Yes. And I also have an audio interface, so I can record my demos and all that connected with the instruments. But I don't think so. Like, you can do everything on your phone as well. Sometimes the more lo-fi vibe is what you're looking for, and that can be done perfectly on a phone as well.
For the demo, for instance.
Yeah. I mean,
I see.
Like, if Steve Lacy, a lot of the work he has produced, he started doing it on his iPad or iPhone, I'm not sure, like using GarageBand, and that was it.
Yeah, Billie Eilish does the same thing. I think I have seen a video explaining that she starts with the lyrics onto a notes app and then goes to the recording app, doing some, vocals, demos. And once she has, an idea, like you said, she sends that for a bit feedback back to the producer. Your brother in that case.
Yeah, I mean, if there is a will, there is a way, so.
I see. So this is a question for our technology needs listeners. Nowadays, streaming platforms have dominated the music industry. With the new technologies coming out every year, sound quality and standards are changing constantly. And for the production of your single, which software did you use?
I think it was Pro Tools. I think so. I would say Pro Tools. Yeah.
So you recorded the audio files and instruments with your recording software, and then you sent it back to the producer so that he could mix that with to the whole file and did this trial and error process.
I recorded just the demos on my own kind of home studio, not that special, but and then I went over to his home studio. So she would help make sure everything is actually on time, the volumes are okay, the gain and everything. But
All right. So, Efro, I was kind of wondering, what are some of the challenges you feel like you face as an independent artist?
Oh, there's so much stress around that. You have to do everything by yourself.
Stress?
Yes, stress. That's it. I mean, you practically have to be your own manager. You have to be your number one fan. Like you have to convince other people to listen to your music, even if they are your friends. Like you just kind of like have to remind them, oh, don't forget to stream my song, add it to your playlist, share it with your like other people you think might enjoy it and all that. Which I guess it makes you like feel like you're annoying them, but you have to do it.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's part of the independent artist thing. And I think just doubting yourself, like, oh, so like why didn't I get famous overnight? Like you hear all these stories, like with Billie Eilish, she released Ocean Eyes and then boom. But no, you have to trust the process and it will be fine.
This reminds me when we started the podcast. Like we did exactly the same thing, annoying people that we had in our favorite contacts, friends. Go listen to that, go listen to that. And that was a painful process, I could say. And after that, by the process, the flow, I think that we finally made it. Now we have a fan base, people are listening to us from all around the world. And I can trust that system and say that you will have also this fan base and you won't need, to painfully let anyone know that, there is a new single, go check it out and post hundreds of times the same link because people will find you onto, the recommendations on Spotify or Apple Music, things like that.
Yes, hopefully, yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, so we did talk about you playing guitar, but were there any other instruments that you play that we don't know about, or maybe you've always wanted to play or been interested in playing?
I also play bass, but I'm trying to learn the keys as well, but just that is just for me being able to add more elements to my songs without needing the help of someone else, being like more creatively independent. I don't know, I would also like to learn how to play the mandolin and all that. But
oh wow.
Yeah, because I don't know, I think it would be a nice addition to some songs.
Yeah, those are like pretty different instruments, but like they could all add like really unique elements to your songs if you decided to play. I feel so bad about myself because my mom put me in piano lessons and I did not, when I was young, when I was like 10 years old, I did not take it serious. And now I wish I would have taken it serious because I could use the piano so much because I do like inquire and stuff and musical theater, like be able to play my notes or whatever. So yeah, the piano is just a super valuable key tool. But yeah, in music
I did
especially.
the same thing.
Really?
I started learning piano, but then I thought that it was too difficult. I was, I think, 5th grade back in primary school, and I found it so difficult. And then I gave up. And then my relationship with music wasn't, the best. I didn't want to learn any other instruments. And this is where I found, a choir very close to my home. And I went there, tried that. And the maestro told me that I have a very, different voice, which could be like, it's not a bass voice. And after that, many interesting things happened to my life with this choir. Like we were on television shows,
Wow.
we were on live performances.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I think that it was crazy, and I had to give that up in the end because I wanted to study abroad and couldn't move on to be part of the choir while not being in Greece. I think that's the only thing that I wish I could do also while I'm, hundreds of kilometers away.
Yeah, sorry.
That's why I'm trying personally to find another way to express this thing. Like, you, Efro, gave me so much inspiration with your single that I contacted a friend with the same process, trying, writing some songs, playing guitar, music, things like that, and said, why don't we try to do something together? Like, you'll be my coach. I want to participate in that. Even we are, remote connected to that.
Wow, that's so cool. You should definitely do that. Yeah, that sounds great. Can't wait to hear that.
Let's hope that it works.
Yes.
Wow, Efro, you are bringing music back for all of us.
Yeah.
For Vasilis, his choir boy dreams, that is so crazy. Because when you said that, when you were like, oh, my choir did cool stuff, I thought you were going to be like, oh, we took like a trip. And you're like, no, we were like on TV and everything. But anyway, back to Efro. What are some of your plans for the future? Like, do you have any plans to do like a live event or anything like that? I know it's just one single, but maybe an album in production or something like that?
Okay, so I'm trying to work out a timeline of what like I have to do, like to keep like organize myself. That's another struggle of being an independent artist, I guess. But yeah, I'm trying to get together like some musicians to help me bring my songs live. Like right now in Berlin, play some open mics, maybe some uni gigs and all that. But other than that, I also have a few more songs ready. But I'm trying to like figure out when will be the next release and all that. But no albums yet, just a few more singles.
And speaking of, where, I know we mentioned Spotify, but where can people listen to your music? Gotta mention that.
I think everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Apple Music, YouTube as well, Tidal, everywhere.
Okay, we'll put them in.
I found it on Apple Music. It was much easier, I think, because I don't have Spotify Premium, so I couldn't directly play the song, you know? So all the other options were more able to let me listen to that straight away.
Yeah. I think I have a link tree in my bio where it's all the streaming platforms. Some I didn't know they exist, but they do. So.
We will include this link in the description below.
Great.
So is there any new single coming out, I don't know, soon, in a couple of months, in a year?
Oh, soon. I would say around a month, maybe less, maybe just a bit more. But I want to be consistent and not like keep people waiting because I have just released one song, but people want like a more complete artist, I think, and like even just booking agents, publishers, all that want to hear like what else we got. So soon, more music.
That's great news. Well, thank you so much, Efro, for coming on the show. It was great to talk to you a little bit more about your music production and kind of your journey about being an independent artist. Well, guys, that is the end of the episode. We had an amazing conversation with Efro. The single is available on all streaming platforms. And remember, we're going to put that little link in the bio to show where it's available. Don't forget to give us a review down below. You can follow up with all of our episodes and much more content at the Changemaker Z app. And it also includes articles from our friends at thread.com, at Jenks company. Until next time, don't forget to keep changing the world. Bye. Thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed our conversation. We had such a great time. Make sure to leave us a review. If you want more Changemakers content, you can follow us on Instagram at Gen's Ears to Rise and on Facebook at Changemaker Z.